The final numbers of 2021 for the real estate market are in. Let's see what happened. It's Andrew Parker, your real estate agent here in sunny Southern California, helping you out with your real estate needs. If you or anyone you know is looking to buy or sell around Orange County, feel free to give me a call. I would be happy to help. All right, let's get into Market Monday. All right, everybody, I wanted to do Market Monday a little bit different this time. Rather than just showing you the pictures of the graphs and you following along, I wanted to show you active graphs so that we can play around with the numbers a little bit and see what the long-term trends have been with this market in Orange County. So I'm going to share my screen with you right now so that we can check this out. This is a resource that we have called InfoSparks. It is a site that collects all the data from the MLS and transitions it into different graphs so that we can see the trends in the market. And I wanted to start off by looking at the new listings. So as you can see, let's dive into a closer look. So in the 3-year chart, there is a typical cyclical nature that happens every year regarding the holidays, which we just came out of. So inventory goes down super low during the holidays because a lot of people don't want to move during the holidays. They're spending time with family, whatever it might be, and inventory takes the hit for that. Now, one of the years that was different, obviously, was 2020. We did not see the typical hump that comes in the new year, where most times during March and January we see a big spike in inventory. For 2020, that was not the case. We got hit with 2 downturns, one during the holidays, which is typical, and then another one during 2020's start of the pandemic. Now, this is the case long term. When we look all the way back to 2008, for the most part, every year around the beginning of the new year, inventory spikes back up, tends to be relatively level, if not exceed further, and then goes back down during the holidays. Now, what is interesting about this situation today is there's a big question mark right now. Omicron. What will happen with inventory given the current spike happening with coronavirus around the country? There's really no way of knowing except for seeing the inventory that is coming onto the market. And while I am seeing more inventory than December and November, that's not saying much, right? Because majority of those 2 months was very steeply down. In fact, our December month of 2021 was lower than ever since 2008 in terms of how many new listings were brought to the market. It's important to note also that even if, like, let's say that we hit a normal market, right, where January does spike back up, and then we see that second spike happen again during March in the spring, it is really important as a buyer to take this as the opportunity to get your loan figured out. If you're going to be purchasing with a loan, you need to make sure that you have all of that in order, whether that's getting the bare minimum of pre-approved or going down the option of getting pre-underwritten, which I just made a video about, and if you want to watch that, you can see that on my channel. That is the strongest position you can take as somebody with a loan. If you're going to be using a loan, getting pre-underwritten right now before inventory really spikes back up in later in January and then also in the spring, you don't want to lose out on all those different homes that are coming to the market. So take this time in the early new year to get your home or get your loan figured out so that you can be positioned properly when entering this market. Now let's look at the active listings. This is the amount of homes that is on the market at the end of each month, what basically was not taken up by our demand. Now, if we look all the way back, even until 2008, we are at the lowest it has ever been in terms of active listings. These are the amount of homes that you can actually purchase right now that haven't already been bought. And usually what happens is each year we see this hump. And it makes sense, right? Because if we go back to our new listings, there's a hump every year where the inventory spikes back up. Now, with this hump in the active listings, we did not see that in 2021, the year we just came out of, because of 2 things. 1, our inventory did not come up as high as we could have had, but especially 2, our demand was so much higher than we have ever seen, right? Because so many people wanted to purchase homes during during 2020 and then also during 2021, that any homes that came onto the market were basically taken up right away. And we saw that reflected in the days on market. We saw that in month supply of inventory, etc. this is so much a seller's market, and all the buyers are dying to get a home and working really hard to compete with each other. So that's why we did not see that spike happen, or that hump happen rather, during 2021. I would anticipate that to continue to be the case during 2022, given the amount of people that still need to purchase homes. And I think a lot of the buyers right now, when they see that interest rates are going to be increasing even more a few times this year, people are going to probably want to start buying homes as early as possible, sooner rather than later, so that they don't have to pay more in interest rates. Now let's check out the month supply of inventory. So you can see back in 2008 rather, we had 12 months supply. We had over a year's supply of inventory on the market, and this is a number that's basically taking the current inventory and the current demand. How long will the inventory last given the current demand? In 2021, we were below 2 months the whole year, and we are at the lowest it has ever been for the past, 14 years or so. In December 2021, we are below 1 month supply of inventory. What does this mean for you? Sellers, you have all the power right now. You have all the negotiating leverage. And as a buyer, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't purchase a home right now. It means that you need to be aware of your position in the market. You need to be competitive with each other. You need to offer your best foot forward, and you also need to act very quickly in order to take advantage of the new inventory coming onto the market. Speaking of acting quickly, let's check out the median days on market. It used to be that in 2008, the median days on market was all the way up to a third of a year, basically 115 days on market, and now we are at a solid 8. So we are basically at the lowest it has ever been, except for 2021. 2021 was, or the start of 2021 was at 7 days. Now we've risen a little bit during that year to 8. You need to act quick. And this doesn't mean that you shouldn't be purchasing a home. It means that you need to be prepared to purchase a home. The best way to do that is start talking to an agent, and also start talking to a lender if you're going to be using a loan, so that you can get yourself pre-underwritten or at least pre-approved, so that you can be able to take advantage of these homes very quickly. The people who act fast in this market will win. It's not always going to be the people that offer the most amount of money. Some sellers are just looking to move and sell quickly so that they can get on with their lives and look for their new home. So you need to be able to position yourself as one of those buyers, and you will win. Now let's check out the sales list price percentage. Right now we are sitting at 102.7%. It's not really worth looking back in 2008, because 2008 you could buy a home for 88% of the original listed price. So let's narrow this down a little bit. We are up to 102.7. That means that homes are selling for 2.7% over the original listed price. If you're a seller, take advantage of this, because right now buyers are offering a lot of money for their homes, for your homes, as long as you are priced properly. If you ask for way too much, regardless of how strong of a market is right now, it's very unlikely to get a big buyer pool, which causes a bidding war. So you want to make sure that you're still pricing properly, and if you do, you can take advantage of this trend going all the way up to 2.7% over the original listed price. If you are a buyer, be aware of this so that you are not offering so low to the point where you're not taken seriously. You don't want to fall out of the option to get a counter offer if it's a home that you really care about and that you think would be great for you and your family. Let's check out the average sales price. So ever since the bottom of the pandemic around April 2020, we have seen a steady and sharp increase around our price. We are currently sitting at $1.32 million. An incredible thing to consider is between November and December of 2021, we jumped $111,000 in 1 month, which is around 10% jump in just 1 month. So pretty incredible to see that. Homes are definitely expensive right now. And I really don't think that trend is going to change much in terms of homes getting pricier and pricier, just given the amount of demand. A huge amount of inventory would be needed in order to stop this increase. All right, that's been Market Monday. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton. Also, be sure to follow Andrew Parker Realty on all social media for more property tours, market updates, and real estate tips. And finally, if you have any questions or comments of your own, be sure to leave them in the comment section below or shoot me a DM. I'd be happy to respond or make videos answering the questions that you guys have. All right, I'll see you in the next one.